Across the vast, sun-drenched plains of East Africa, a phenomenon of staggering scale and ancient rhythm unfolds each year, a living tapestry woven from millions of hoofbeats and the primal pulse of survival. This is the Great Migration, a ceaseless, awe-inspiring odyssey that stands as one of the most extraordinary spectacles in the natural world. It is a drama of immense scale, a relentless procession of life and death, where every creature is both participant and witness to nature's grand design. Picture a river of life, not of water, but of flesh and bone, an unbroken current of animals surging across the landscape, their bodies forming a living, moving force that shapes the very ecosystem through which they travel. At the heart of this migration are more than 1.5 million wildebeest. Their deep, resonant grunts echo across the plains, a constant low rumble that signals the presence of this vast herd. Each wildebeest is driven by an ancient instinct, a genetic memory that guides them along routes traveled for countless generations. Accompanying the wildebeest are hundreds of thousands of plains zebras, their striking black and white stripes creating a mesmerizing, ever-shifting mosaic in the shimmering heat. The zebras, with their keen senses and social bonds, play a vital role in the migration, often leading the way and alerting the herds to danger. Alongside them, countless Thompson's gazelles bound gracefully, their delicate forms darting through the grasslands. These nimble antelopes, though smaller, are no less vital to the migration, their presence adding to the diversity and complexity of the moving herds. This is not merely a journey from one place to another. It is an ancient, instinctual pilgrimage, a cycle as old as the grasslands themselves. Every step is dictated by the most fundamental needs: food, water, and the drive to ensure the survival of the next generation. The numbers involved are almost beyond comprehension. At the peak of the migration, the herds stretch from horizon to horizon, a living tide that transforms the landscape and sustains an entire web of life. The column of herbivores can extend for miles, a dark, undulating line against the golden grasses of the Serengeti, moving with a purpose that is both urgent and timeless. As they move, their hooves drum a relentless rhythm upon the earth, sending up clouds of red dust that hang in the air, marking their passage and nourishing the soil for future generations of grass. The migration traces a colossal loop, covering nearly 1,200 miles each year. This journey spans the vast Serengeti Mara ecosystem, a territory that stretches across the borders of Tanzania and Kenya, encompassing a mosaic of grasslands, woodlands, and rivers. There is no true beginning or end to this journey. It is a continuous cycle, dictated by the seasonal rains that sweep across the plains. The rains bring life, coaxing fresh, green grasses from the earth, and the herds follow in their wake, forever chasing the promise of nourishment. For these animals, movement is survival. To remain in one place is to risk starvation as the grasses are grazed down to stubble. To move is to find new pastures, to secure a future for themselves and their young. Yet every step is fraught with danger. The open plains offer little shelter, and the ever-present threat of predators means that vigilance is a constant companion. The migrating herds are a moving banquet for a formidable cast of predators. These hunters have evolved alongside the migration, their lives and strategies intricately linked to the ebb and flow of the herds. Lions, the undisputed kings of the Savanna, lie in wait for the unwary. Leopards, masters of stealth, watch from the shadows. Cheetahs, the fastest land animals, rely on bursts of speed to bring down the young and the weak. Hyenas, ever opportunistic, follow the herds, ready to scavenge or hunt as the moment demands. The landscape itself is a gauntlet of challenges. Rivers, swollen by seasonal rains, must be crossed, and beneath their muddy waters, giant crocodiles lurk, waiting for the chaos of the crossing to claim their share. On the open plains, there is nowhere to hide from swift hunters. The vastness that offers freedom also exposes the herds to danger, and only the alert and the strong survive. Every decision, Every movement is a calculated risk, a delicate balance between the desperate search for food and the ever-present threat of becoming food for another. Here, the laws of nature are on full display. The struggle between predator and prey is raw and unfiltered, a testament to the brutal yet beautiful efficiency of the wild. Yet amid the chaos and danger, there is peace and purpose. The ultimate goal of this monumental movement is the pursuit of life itself, the chance to graze, to grow, and to give birth to the next generation. The herds are drawn ever onward by the rains, following the scent of fresh, nutrient-rich grasses that spring up in their wake. This endless pursuit sustains not only the migrants but the entire ecosystem, as their grazing shapes the land and their droppings fertilize the soil. The cycle of movement is intimately tied to the cycle of birth. As the herds reach the southern plains, the timing is perfect for calving. Here, the grasses are at their richest, providing vital nourishment for mothers and their vulnerable young. In a matter of weeks, hundreds of thousands of calves are born. Within minutes of birth, the newborns are on their feet, ready to join the march, a necessity in a world where only the mobile survive. The journey is not without hardship. The herds endure searing heat, torrential rains, and the ever-present threat of exhaustion and disease. Yet their resilience is remarkable, a testament to instincts honed over millennia. This is the grand, pulsating heart of wild Africa, a spectacle of life at its most dynamic and dramatic. The Great Migration is not just a journey, it is the living engine of the Savanna, a force that shapes the land, sustains countless species, and stands as a powerful symbol of nature's enduring drive to survive against all odds. The story of the Serengeti's epic migration begins not with the animals themselves, but deep within the ancient heart of the land. Beneath the endless sky, the forces of the earth have shaped a stage for one of nature's greatest spectacles. The entire Serengeti ecosystem is profoundly shaped by its volcanic origins. Millennia ago, eruptions from volcanoes like the still-active Ol Doinyo Lengai, revered as the Mountain of God, blanketed the plains with a unique, mineral-rich ash. This ash, carried by the wind and rain, settled across the landscape, transforming the very foundation of the ecosystem. Over countless generations, this volcanic ash broke down, infusing the soil with vital minerals such as calcium and phosphorus. These nutrients, locked within the earth, would become the silent architects of life, creating some of the most fertile grasslands on the planet. The southern plains of the Serengeti, nourished by this ancient legacy, burst into life with the arrival of the rains. Here, the grasses grow thick and lush, their blades packed with the nutrients essential for the survival of vast herds. For the wildebeest, the memory of these volcanoes is written into their very instincts. Each year, they are drawn by an unerring sense to these mineral-rich pastures, compelled by the promise of nourishment that will sustain them through the trials ahead. For the mothers, this journey is especially critical. The calcium and phosphorus in the grasses are vital for producing the rich milk that will feed their newborn calves, and for building the strong bones that will carry the next generation across the plains. Timing is everything. The migration is synchronized with the rhythm of the seasons. As the rains sweep across the southern plains, they awaken the dormant seeds, triggering a surge of new growth. The herds arrive just as the grasses reach their peak, ensuring the greatest nutritional benefit. In a matter of weeks, the plains become a nursery. Hundreds of thousands of calves are born in near-perfect synchrony, a tidal wave of new life that transforms the landscape. This synchronized birthing is a powerful survival strategy. The sheer abundance of vulnerable calves overwhelms the ever-watchful predators, from lions to cheetahs and hyenas, ensuring that many young wildebeest will survive their most perilous days. The migration is not a solitary journey. It is a grand procession of life, with multiple species moving together in a delicate balance. Zebras, with their robust digestive systems, often take the lead, forging paths through the tall grasses. Zebras are the pioneers, consuming the coarse, fibrous stems that other grazers cannot digest. Their grazing clears the way, exposing the tender shoots beneath. The wildebeest follow, feasting on the newly revealed, nutrient-rich leaves. This sequence ensures that each species finds the food best suited to its needs, maximizing the bounty of the land. This is a living example of ecological harmony. The feeding habits of one species directly benefit another, creating a chain of mutual support that strengthens the entire community. Thompson's gazelles, the smallest of the great migratory grazers, follow in the wake of the wildebeest. They nibble on the shortest grasses and delicate herbs left behind, filling a unique niche in the ecosystem. Each species, from the towering wildebeest to the nimble gazelle, has evolved to exploit a specific layer of the grassland, allowing them to coexist in remarkable abundance. The migration is powered by the interplay of geology, climate, and biology. The volcanic soil provides the foundation, the seasonal rains dictate the timing, and the animals respond in a vast coordinated movement that sustains the entire ecosystem. Without the ancient ashfall, the plains would be barren. Without the rich grasslands, the wildebeest herds could not thrive. And without these immense herds, the predators, lions, cheetahs, hyenas, and more, would lose their lifeblood, unraveling the intricate web of life. The Serengeti is a living tapestry woven from fire, rain, and the relentless drive of life. Every blade of grass, every migrating herd, every watchful predator is bound together in a cycle as old as the land itself, a chain of life forged in volcanic fire and sustained by the eternal rhythm of the seasons, driving the greatest natural spectacle on Earth. Across the endless golden savannas, where the great herds thunder in their seasonal migrations, the shadow of the hunter is ever present. Every movement of the wildebeest, every nervous glance of the zebra, is shaped by the silent, watchful eyes that follow from the tall grass and acacia thickets. Africa's apex predators are the architects of this wild drama. Each species, lion, leopard, cheetah, and wild dog, has evolved a distinct set of skills and strategies perfectly tuned to the challenges of the savanna. Their lives are a constant interplay of competition, adaptation, and survival. At the heart of this world reign the lions, the only truly social cats. Their lives revolve around the pride, a complex family unit bound by blood and necessity. Within the pride, every member has a role, from the vigilant sentinels to the playful cubs learning the ways of the hunt. This social structure is their greatest weapon, allowing them to take down prey far larger than any single lion could manage alone. The lionesses, sleek and powerful, are the pride's primary hunters. Their hunts are master classes in coordination and patience. Fanning out through the grass, they communicate with subtle glances and body language, encircling their chosen target. With a sudden burst of speed, they isolate the weakest or most vulnerable animal, cutting it off from the safety of the herd. The hunt is a blend of strategy, strength, and the unspoken bond that ties the pride together. Lions are built for power, not endurance. Their muscular frames and heavy paws are designed for short, explosive sprints, and the raw force needed to wrestle large prey to the ground. Every muscle ripples with potential energy, unleashed in a final decisive charge. In stark contrast to the communal lions, the leopard is a solitary phantom. It moves alone, silent and unseen, a master of stealth and patience. The leopard's world is one of shadows and secrecy, where every step is calculated and every movement concealed. Its coat, a living mosaic of rosettes, is more than just beautiful. It is a cloak of invisibility. In the dappled sunlight beneath the trees, the leopard vanishes, its outline broken by the interplay of light and shadow. This camouflage is its greatest ally, allowing it to approach prey undetected or disappear from the gaze of rivals. The leopard is the embodiment of patience. It can wait for hours, motionless as antelope graze nearby, every muscle coiled in anticipation. When the moment comes, It strikes with blinding speed and precision, relying on surprise and accuracy rather than brute force. What truly sets the leopard apart is its astonishing strength and agility. After a successful hunt, it performs a feat few others can match, hauling its kill, sometimes heavier than itself, high into the branches of a tree. This remarkable adaptation keeps its meal safe from other predators that roam the ground below. Suspended above the reach of scavengers, the leopard can feed in relative peace, its prize protected from the ever-watchful eyes of hyenas and the opportunistic lions that would steal it in a heartbeat. On the open plains, the cheetah stands apart as the undisputed master of speed. Every aspect of its body is engineered for acceleration. A lightweight frame, long limbs, a flexible spine that acts like a spring, and a tail that whips behind as a counterbalance during high-speed turns. Unlike the lion or leopard, the cheetah cannot rely on strength or stealth alone. Its hunting strategy is a gamble, a lightning-fast chase across open ground where every second counts. With explosive acceleration, it closes the gap on its prey, often targeting the swift and agile gazelle. The cheetah's sprint is a breathtaking spectacle, a blur of motion and muscle. In just a few heartbeats, it reaches speeds unmatched by any other land animal, weaving and adjusting course with astonishing agility. But this burst of speed comes at a cost. After the chase, the cheetah is left vulnerable, its energy reserves depleted. As the cheetah catches its breath beside its hard-won meal, danger often looms. Larger predators and scavengers, drawn by the commotion, may force the cheetah to abandon its prize, a reminder of the constant struggle for survival on the plains. Among the most remarkable hunters are the African wild dogs, or painted wolves. Their striking coats, mottled with patches of black, white, and gold, are as unique as fingerprints. But it is their social structure and hunting prowess that truly set them apart. Wild dogs are the ultimate team players. Their hunts are orchestrated with precision, relying on constant communication, high-pitched calls, ear flicks, and subtle shifts in posture. The pack moves as one, relentless in pursuit, able to chase prey for miles across the open landscape. Their strategy is endurance and cooperation. Rather than relying on a single killing blow, the pack works together to exhaust their quarry, taking turns to nip and harry until the animal can run no more. This methodical approach results in a hunting success rate that is the envy of the Savanna. The bonds within a wild dog pack are unbreakable. They share food, care for injured members, and raise pups communally. This deep cooperation is the secret to their success, making them one of the most formidable and efficient predators in Africa's wild tapestry, a living testament to the power of unity in the struggle for survival. The drama of the hunt stretches far beyond the iconic lions and leopards that roam the grasslands. Across the African wilderness, a remarkable cast of specialized killers has evolved, each perfectly adapted to their own niche, each playing a vital role in the intricate web of life. The sky and earth are alive with predators whose hunting strategies are as diverse as the landscape itself. These creatures are not just hunters, they are ecological engineers, shaping the balance of their environments through their unique methods of survival. Among the most extraordinary is the secretary bird, a striking figure striding through the grass with an air of quiet confidence. With its long legs and quill-like crest, the secretary bird appears almost whimsical, yet beneath this appearance lies a formidable predator. It moves with deliberate steps, scanning the ground for the faintest sign of movement, a flicker in the grass, a subtle shift betraying the presence of prey. The secretary bird is a master snake hunter, renowned for its courage in facing Africa's most venomous serpents. Puff adders, cobras, few are safe from its relentless pursuit. Its hunting style is a blend of precision and power. The bird's long legs are not just for show, they are lethal weapons, capable of delivering bone-crushing blows. When a snake is spotted, the secretary bird fans out its wings, creating a shield to deflect strikes, and then unleashes a barrage of rapid, forceful kicks, each one aimed with surgical accuracy. These stomps can deliver a force up to 5 times the bird's own weight, targeting the snake's head and spine to immobilize it instantly. The attack is so swift that it is almost invisible to the naked eye. A blur of motion, a flash of feathers, and the deadly reptile is subdued before it can retaliate. This specialized technique allows the secretary bird to exploit a food source that few other predators dare to approach, cementing its role as a unique and vital hunter on the savanna floor. Above, the air is ruled by raptors, hunters whose domain is the endless sky. Their vision is legendary, their patience unmatched. The brown snake eagle, for example, is a sentinel of the treetops, often seen perched in silent vigil or soaring in wide, lazy circles, ever watchful for the glint of scales below. Its eyes are marvels of evolution, able to detect the faintest movement from astonishing distances, giving it a decisive advantage over its prey. When a target is spotted, the eagle launches into a controlled dive, folding its wings and plummeting with pinpoint accuracy, talons outstretched to seize the unsuspecting snake. Its legs are armored with thick, scaly skin, a natural defense against venomous bites, allowing it to grapple with dangerous prey that would deter most other birds. The brown snake eagle is a silent assassin, gliding effortlessly above the trees, striking with a suddenness that leaves little chance for escape. Along the riverbanks, the hunt takes on a different form. Here the landscape is dotted with sandy cliffs and bustling colonies of birds. The white-fronted bee-eaters thrive in these colonies, their lives intertwined with the rhythm of the river and the pulse of insect swarms. These agile birds are aerial specialists, darting from their perches to snatch bees and wasps in mid-flight with astonishing precision. Their speed and maneuverability are unmatched, allowing them to intercept their prey in the blink of an eye, but their ingenuity does not end with the catch. To neutralize the threat of a sting, the bee-eater returns to its perch and deftly rubs the insect's abdomen against the branch, a behavior honed by generations of trial and error. This action forces the stinger to discharge its venom harmlessly, rendering the prey safe to eat, a testament to the bird's remarkable adaptation. Across the wild, from the smallest insect eater to the most imposing raptor, each specialized killer is a product of countless generations of evolution. Their unique hunting strategies not only ensure their own survival, but also help maintain the delicate balance of their ecosystems, making them indispensable players in the ongoing story of life. Section 5. The Great Grazers, Survival Strategies of the Plains. Across the vast, sun-drenched grasslands of Africa, life is a constant contest of adaptation, resilience, and ingenuity. Here, survival is not just about strength or speed, but about the ability to read the land, anticipate danger, and exploit every available resource. The Great Migration, a breathtaking spectacle, is dominated by herbivores, wildebeest, zebra, and antelope, moving in synchronized waves across the plains. But the African grasslands are home to a far richer tapestry of plant-eaters, each with its own extraordinary survival toolkit. These animals have evolved in tandem with the land, their lives shaped by the rhythm of the seasons and the ever-present threat of predators. The largest of all, the African bush elephant, is a true titan of the savanna. These gentle giants are more than mere grazers. They are ecological engineers, shaping the very world around them. Their trunks, a marvel of evolution, serve as both delicate tools and powerful instruments capable of uprooting grass, stripping bark, or gently plucking a single blade. With their immense size and strength, elephants topple trees and break branches, transforming dense woodland into open grassland. This act, seemingly destructive, actually creates new habitats for countless other species, allowing sunlight to reach the ground and fresh grasses to flourish. By opening up the landscape, elephants pave the way for grazers and browsers alike, ensuring the plains remain a mosaic of habitats teeming with life. Even their dung is a treasure trove. Rich in seeds, it helps disperse new plants across the plains while providing food for insects and birds. In times of drought, elephants use their tusks and trunks to dig deep into the earth, unearthing hidden water and creating life-saving waterholes that sustain entire communities of animals. Their enormous ears, veined and thin, act as natural cooling systems. By flapping them, elephants circulate air and cool the blood that flows through, a vital adaptation for surviving the relentless heat of the savanna. Towering above the grasslands, the giraffe is a sentinel of the plains, its long neck granting it a vantage point unmatched by any other mammal. With a height that can reach nearly 20 feet, the giraffe enjoys exclusive access to the tender leaves at the very tops of acacia trees, an untouched banquet in a competitive world. This lofty advantage means the giraffe rarely competes with other grazers, allowing it to thrive even when food is scarce on the ground. To pump blood all the way to its brain, the giraffe relies on a powerful 2-foot-long heart and a network of specialized valves in its neck, preventing fainting when it lowers its head to drink. Its long, prehensile tongue, over 1.5 feet in length, nimbly navigates the acacia's thorns, plucking only the most succulent leaves, while its thick saliva protects against the tree's defensive spikes. This suite of adaptations makes the giraffe a true specialist of the high canopy, a master of a niche few others can reach. Closer to the ground, the plains zebra displays its own remarkable strategies for survival. Each zebra's stripe pattern is as unique as a fingerprint, a dazzling array of black and white that serves multiple purposes. Once believed to be camouflage, these stripes are now understood to be a multi-layered defense. When zebras move together, their stripes blend into a mesmerizing blur, creating a confusing optical illusion for predators like lions. This makes it difficult for a hunter to single out an individual, increasing the herd's chances of escape. This phenomenon, known as the dazzle effect, is a powerful tool in the ongoing battle between predator and prey. Recent research reveals another benefit. The stripes may help deter biting insects like tsetse flies. The polarized light reflected by the zebra's coat confuses these pests, reducing the risk of disease and irritation. No less formidable is the African buffalo, a symbol of strength and unity on the plains. These massive herbivores are renowned for their confidence and, when threatened, their fierce determination. With a steely gaze and unwavering resolve, they are not to be underestimated. Buffaloes travel in large, tightly knit herds, presenting a united and intimidating front to any would-be attacker. Their collective strength is their greatest defense. Their thick, curved horns are formidable weapons, and when danger threatens, the herd will rally together, defending calves and even driving off lions with coordinated charges. This reputation for solidarity and strength has earned the buffalo its place as a true master of the plains. Among the herds, the nimble Thompson's gazelle relies on speed and agility as its primary defense. Capable of reaching over 50 miles per hour, it can execute sharp, unpredictable turns, outmaneuvering even the fastest predators. This combination of alertness, stamina, and lightning-fast reflexes allows the gazelle to survive in a world where danger is never far away. On the African plains, every creature is locked in a perpetual dance of survival, each adaptation a testament to the ingenuity of life itself. In the great theatre of the African wild, every death gives rise to new life. Here, the cycle of existence is unbroken and nothing is wasted. When predators finish their feast and the relentless journey of migration claims the weak, the savanna is left with the remains of life's struggle. Without a dedicated cleanup crew, these plains would soon be overwhelmed by carcasses, turning the land into a breeding ground for disease and decay. This is where the scavengers, nature's unsung heroes, step onto the stage, performing a role as vital as any predator or prey. High above, vultures ride the invisible rivers of warm air, their wings outstretched as they scan the endless grasslands for the faintest sign of death. These birds are the ultimate recyclers, transforming death into sustenance and keeping the ecosystem in balance. With eyesight so sharp they can spot a carcass from miles away, vultures descend in swirling flocks, their arrival signaling the beginning of nature's cleanup operation. Vultures possess a suite of remarkable adaptations for their grisly work. Their powerful beaks tear through tough hides, while their keen senses guide them unerringly to their next meal. Many species have evolved featherless heads and necks, a unique adaptation that allows them to reach deep inside carcasses without fouling their plumage, maintaining hygiene as they feed. But their most astonishing adaptation lies within a stomach so acidic it can dissolve even the most putrid flesh. This powerful digestive system allows vultures to consume meat riddled with deadly bacteria such as anthrax, botulism, and cholera, neutralizing these threats and preventing outbreaks that could devastate wildlife populations. In this way, vultures act as guardians of the savanna, destroying dangerous pathogens and halting the spread of disease before it can take hold. Among them, the white-headed vulture stands out, its slender beak perfectly designed for plucking the smallest scraps from bones. Each species of vulture fills a unique niche, together forming a living immune system for the continent. On the ground, another specialist joins the cleanup, the marabou stork, a bird as peculiar as it is effective. Nicknamed the Undertaker bird for its dark, shroud-like wings and hunched silhouette, the marabou stork is a formidable presence at any kill site. Like vultures, it sports a bare head and neck, an adaptation that keeps it clean as it delves into the remains of the dead. Its long, powerful beak is not built for tearing through thick hides, so the marabou stork waits patiently for vultures or hyenas to open up a carcass, biding its time. When the moment is right, it uses its long beak to probe deep into crevices, retrieving morsels of flesh that others cannot reach, ensuring that nothing is left to waste. The marabou stork is an opportunist, consuming everything from carrion to small animals, and even the most unpalatable scraps, furthering the process of recycling nutrients. Yet, among all the scavengers, the spotted hyena reigns supreme as the most thorough and powerful recycler of the wild. Though often misunderstood as mere scavengers, hyenas are also skilled hunters, capable of bringing down formidable prey. But it is their role as nature's cleanup crew that truly sets them apart, for no other animal is as efficient at erasing the traces of death. With jaws strong enough to shatter bone, hyenas consume what others leave behind, breaking down even the hardest remains. When a clan of hyenas descends upon a carcass, they leave nothing behind. Meat, skin, hooves, and even teeth are ground into a digestible paste. This remarkable ability allows them to recycle vital nutrients like calcium and phosphorus, returning them to the soil and supporting the next generation of life. Thanks to the tireless work of scavengers and decomposers, those often overlooked yet essential members of the wild, the plains remain clean, healthy, and vibrant. Their unseen labor ensures that the cycle of life continues, unbroken, across the endless African landscape. Across the heart of Africa, the Great Migration is not merely a journey, it's a living epic, unfolding across landscapes sculpted by time and the relentless pulse of life and death. Each environment along this route is a stage where the destinies of countless species are written, erased, and rewritten day after day. The Serengeti plains, stretching endlessly beneath a vast sky, are the cradle and crucible of this drama. Here, the grasslands ripple with the movement of wildebeest, zebra, and gazelle, their hooves stirring the dust and awakening the senses of ever-watchful predators. Granite kopjes rise like ancient sentinels from the sea of grass, their weathered faces providing vantage points for lions and leopards. From these rocky outcrops, predators scan the horizon, their eyes attuned to the faintest flicker of movement, a newborn calf, a straggler, an opportunity. Scattered acacia thickets offer both sanctuary and snare. Beneath their thorny canopies, antelope seek shade and safety, while cheetahs and wild dogs use the cover to stalk their quarry. The cycle of pursuit and evasion, playing out in the dappled light. On the southern Ndutu plains, the miracle of birth transforms the grasslands into a nursery. Thousands of wildebeest calves take their first trembling steps, their survival hinging on their ability to stand and run within minutes. For the shadow of predation is never far. Nearby, the shimmering alkaline waters of Lake Ndutu create a stark contrast to the green plains. This lake, inhospitable to most, is a haven for specialized life. Here, microalgae flourish, drawing vast flocks of lesser flamingos. Their numbers transform the shoreline into a living tapestry of pink, each bird delicately filtering the water for sustenance. The air shimmers with the sound of their calls, and the lake's edge becomes a vibrant, shifting mosaic, an oasis of color and life in an otherwise harsh environment. To the north, the Ngorongoro crater looms, a colossal, unbroken caldera, its steep walls enclosing a world apart. Mist drifts across the rim at dawn, veiling the secrets of the ancient volcanic basin below. Within this natural amphitheater, lush grasslands, woodlands, and lakes coexist, creating a patchwork of habitats that support an astonishing diversity of life. Wildebeest, zebra, buffalo, and gazelle graze side by side, while predators, lions, hyenas, and jackals move among them, each species playing its part in the intricate web of survival. Permanent water sources draw dense gatherings of animals, their presence a magnet for both opportunity and danger. The abundance here means that life is concentrated, and so too is the competition. The crater is renowned for its thriving population of spotted hyenas, whose complex social structures and formidable hunting skills make them dominant players in this ecosystem. Nearly 500 hyenas roam these grasslands, their clans raising cubs in communal dens, their laughter echoing across the plains as night falls. For the animals within these steep walls, migration is unnecessary. The crater's bounty sustains them year-round, and the drama of survival is played out in a confined, ever-watchful arena. Here life is a stationary contest, an unending struggle for dominance, territory, and the right to exist in a world of abundance and peril. As the sun rises, the crater is bathed in golden light, illuminating moments of fierce competition and fleeting peace, a microcosm of the Savanna's eternal cycle. The Ngorongoro crater stands as a testament to nature's power to create sanctuaries of both beauty and brutality. Beyond the crater, the migrating herds face their greatest trials at the rivers that cut across their path, barriers that test the resolve of every creature. The Grumeti River, winding through the Tanzanian savanna, is a ribbon of life and danger, its banks crowded with animals hesitating at the water's edge. The Mara River in Kenya is even more formidable, its currents swift and its depths concealing ancient threats. These rivers are gateways to the lush northern pastures, their promise of green grass drawing the herds onward despite the perils that await. The crossings are scenes of chaos and courage as wildebeest and zebra leap into the swirling water, driven by instinct and the pressure of the masses behind them. Beneath the surface, Nile crocodiles, relics of a prehistoric age, wait in silence, their patience rewarded by the abundance of prey. These ambush predators, perfectly camouflaged, strike with explosive force, their jaws closing on the unwary and the unfortunate. The river becomes a maelstrom of splashing bodies, panic and survival, as the herds fight the current and the ever-present threat of predation. The relentless pressure from thousands behind forces the leaders into the water, where hesitation can mean disaster. In the churning currents, the struggle is fierce. Some are swept away, others fall prey to the crocodile's crushing bite. Many do not survive the crossing, their bodies claimed by the river, feeding both scavengers and the aquatic life below. The fallen become a vital source of nutrients, sustaining fish, birds, and countless unseen creatures, weaving death into the fabric of life. Far to the south, the land is shaped by another force entirely. At the border of Zimbabwe and Zambia, Victoria Falls thunders into the gorge, a spectacle of raw power and elemental beauty. Known as Mosioa Tunya, the smoke that thunders, the falls send a ceaseless plume of mist skyward, a beacon visible for miles. The Zambezi River, broad and mighty, plunges over the cliffs, its waters carving deep gorges and sculpting the land over millennia. The force of the river creates a world of extremes, roaring torrents, tranquil pools, and lush rainforests, nourished by the ever-present spray. Rainbows dance in the mist by day, while the constant moisture sustains a unique rainforest clinging to the cliffs, alive with birds and insects. This verdant fringe is a sanctuary for life, a testament to the resilience and adaptability of nature in the face of overwhelming force. On nights when the moon is full, its light refracts through the mist, conjuring a rare and ethereal moonbow, a spectral arc that hovers above the abyss. In these iconic landscapes, the interplay of species and environments is ceaseless. Life and death are woven together, each shaping the other, in a world where every moment is both a struggle and a celebration of existence. Across the globe, the drama of survival unfolds in landscapes as different as night and day. On the sun-drenched African plains, life pulses in a golden haze where herds of wildebeest, zebras, and antelope move in a ceaseless search for water and fresh grass. Yet, if we journey far to the north, we find a world transformed, where the endless green gives way to the stark, icy expanse of the Alaskan tundra, and the cast of creatures changes entirely. Here, in the land of snow and silence, the rhythm of life is dictated by the freeze and thaw of the seasons. The tundra stretches to the horizon, a patchwork of frozen rivers, wind-swept plains, and distant mountains, where only the hardiest animals endure. In these frigid waters, the sockeye salmon begin their own epic journey. Unlike the thundering herds of Africa, these fish move in silence, their silver bodies flashing as they swim upstream, driven by an ancient instinct. Each year, tens of millions of salmon leave the vastness of the Pacific Ocean, returning to the very rivers where their lives began. Their migration is a living thread, weaving ocean and forest together in a cycle as old as the land itself. Their purpose is singular and urgent: to spawn, to lay the eggs that will become the next generation. The riverbed becomes a cradle of life as the salmon dig shallow nests and release their precious cargo. For the salmon, this journey is a final act. Exhausted and battered, they perish soon after spawning, their bodies returning vital nutrients to the river and the land beyond. The path upstream is fraught with peril. Salmon leap over waterfalls, battle swift currents, and navigate shallow rapids, each obstacle a test of strength and endurance. As they fight their way home, danger lurks at every turn. The river is alive with predators, each waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Along the riverbanks, grizzly bears gather, their senses attuned to the movement of fish in the water. With a sudden lunge, a bear seizes a salmon, jaws closing with precision honed by generations of survival. For the bears, the salmon run is a feast that fuels their bodies for the long, unforgiving winter ahead. Each fish is a lifeline, a store of energy that will see them through months of snow and darkness. Overhead, eagles wheel and dive, their sharp eyes spotting fish from high above. Along the banks, wolves prowl, ever watchful for opportunity. The river becomes a stage for predator and prey, each playing their part in the cycle of life. Even in death, the salmon are vital. Their bodies nourish the forest, feeding everything from tiny insects to towering trees. The nutrients they bring from the ocean ripple outward, sustaining an entire web of life. The story of migration is not limited to the rivers. Across the tundra, life moves in great waves, echoing the migrations of the African plains, where Africa's grasslands are shaped by the thunder of wildebeest hooves. Alaska's open spaces are traversed by vast herds of caribou. Caribou travel hundreds of miles each year, braving blizzards and biting winds as they search for food and safe calving grounds. Their journey is shadowed by wolves, whose survival depends on the strength and cunning of the herd. The Arctic is alive with specialists. The snowy owl, ghostly and silent, glides over the tundra in search of lemmings, while beneath the ice, beluga whales navigate the frigid waters, their calls echoing through the deep. Though separated by continents and climate, the African plains and Alaskan tundra are bound by the same relentless laws. Here, as there, every creature must adapt, migrate, or hunt to survive. The struggle is universal. The strategies as varied as the landscapes themselves. Yet these wild realms face a new and growing challenge. The balance that has shaped life for millennia is shifting, as the world's climate changes in ways both subtle and dramatic. In Alaska, the signs are unmistakable. Glaciers retreat, rivers swell with meltwater, and the land itself is transformed as the seasons grow warmer and less predictable. The permafrost, once locked in ice, now softens and shifts. This change ripples through the ecosystem, altering migration routes and the delicate balance that sustains life on the tundra. Caribou must navigate new obstacles, their ancient paths disrupted, while predators and prey alike adjust to a world in flux. On the African plains, the rains that once arrived with clockwork precision now falter and shift. The timing of the great migration, so finely tuned to the growth of grasses, is thrown into uncertainty. Droughts linger or floods arrive unexpectedly, reshaping the land and the fortunes of those who depend on it. The herds must adapt or risk starvation. In this way, the fates of distant ecosystems are woven together. From the African plains to the Alaskan tundra, the story of life is one of resilience, adaptation, and the enduring connections that bind all wild things. As we have seen, the African savanna is not just a collection of individual animals and stunning landscapes. It is a single, complex, and beautifully interconnected system, a grand symphony where every player has a crucial part. The story begins with the very earth, enriched by ancient volcanoes, which grows the grass that fuels the entire system. This grass dictates the movement of the great herds of wildebeest, zebra, and gazelle, pulling them across the continent in a timeless, circular pilgrimage. Their journey is the rhythm that sets the pace for everything else. The great engine of the plains, the herbivores, from the towering giraffe to the humble gazelle, have each found their own way to thrive. They have developed unique adaptations to feed, to defend themselves, and to survive the relentless pressure of predation. Their constant movement and grazing habits shape the environment, creating a mosaic of different habitats that support an even greater diversity of life. They are the link between the energy stored in the plants and the predators that hunt them. They are the lifeblood of the savanna, a mobile feast that sustains the entire food web, ensuring that the energy of the sun captured by the grass flows through the ecosystem. The predators, in turn, are the sculptors of the herds. The lions, the leopards, the cheetahs, and the wild dogs are not villains in this story. They are essential regulators. By targeting the old, the sick, and the weak, they keep the herbivore populations healthy and strong. Their presence ensures that the herds keep moving, preventing overgrazing in any one area. And after the hunt, the cleanup crew arrives. The vultures, storks, and hyenas ensure that nothing is wasted. They are the ultimate recyclers, breaking down death into life, returning vital nutrients to the soil so that the grass can grow again, completing the circle. Every element is dependent on the others. The crocodiles need the migrating wildebeest. The oxpecker birds need the buffalo to feed on the ticks on their backs. The acacia trees need the giraffes to prune their upper branches. The dung beetles need the elephant's waste. From the smallest insect to the largest mammal, from the fertile soil to the life-giving rains, everything is woven together in a delicate and intricate tapestry. This is the great circle of life, a powerful and enduring drama that has played out on the African plains for millennia. It is a reminder of the profound beauty and brutal efficiency of the natural world, a system in perfect, dynamic balance. As the fiery sun dips below the horizon, the African savanna transforms, shadows lengthen, and a cool hush settles over the plains. But far from being a time of rest, nightfall awakens a new caste of hunters, creatures exquisitely adapted to rule the darkness. Stealthy and silent, the leopard becomes a phantom, its rosette-patterned coat melting into the dappled moonlight. With vision 6 times more sensitive than that of humans, it stalks through the undergrowth, every movement calculated and precise. Its padded paws make almost no sound, and with a single explosive leap, it snatches prey from the darkness, dragging its meal high into the trees to feast undisturbed. Not far away, the serval cat prowls the tall grass, its oversized ears swiveling to pinpoint the faintest rustle of a mouse or grasshopper. With a sudden vertical leap, sometimes 2 meters into the air, it pounces with deadly accuracy, using its remarkable hearing and spring-loaded limbs to hunt what others cannot even see. Meanwhile, a pair of bush babies emerge, their enormous eyes reflecting the faint starlight. Masters of the treetops, they leap astonishing distances between branches, foraging for insects, fruit, and tree gum. Their calls echo softly in the night, a reminder that survival in the dark depends as much on agility as on stealth. On the open plains, a clan of spotted hyenas begins its nightly patrol. Often misunderstood, these powerful hunters rely on their acute sense of smell and complex social intelligence. Working together, they can outwit even the most vigilant prey, coordinating their movements with near telepathic precision. Even the smallest predators thrive under the cover of darkness. The African scops owl, barely larger than a man's hand, sits motionless on a branch. With ears asymmetrically placed on its head, it triangulates the faintest squeak from below, swooping down in total silence to capture an unsuspecting rodent. Every nocturnal hunter is a marvel of evolution, each sense sharpened, each strategy refined for the unique challenges of the night. In the darkness, the savanna's endless drama continues, a silent ballet of predator and prey, adaptation and survival. As dawn approaches, these masters of the night melt away, leaving only traces of their passage in the dew-soaked grass. On the African plains, life never truly sleeps. The night belongs to those who have learned its secrets. Beneath the shimmering surface of Africa's rivers and lakes, an entirely different world of predators awaits, one where the struggle for survival unfolds in silence and shadow. Here, daylight and darkness offer little refuge, for the rulers of these waters are ever vigilant, their senses honed for ambush and pursuit. In the slow-moving backwaters of the Nile, the crocodile reigns supreme. Ancient and patient, it drifts almost motionless, eyes and nostrils barely breaking the water's surface. Its mottled skin blends seamlessly with the mud, a living relic unchanged for millions of years. When opportunity strikes, the crocodile's explosive power is unleashed in a single, violent surge, a massive jaw snapping shut on unsuspecting antelope, fish, or even other aquatic predators. Its prey disappears beneath the surface, the river's gentle ripples betraying nothing of the struggle below. But the crocodile is not alone in these murky realms. The tigerfish, with its gleaming silver scales and dagger-like teeth, stalks the open channels. Built for speed and aggression, it is a relentless hunter, able to chase down smaller fish with bursts of lightning-fast movement. Schools of tilapia scatter as the tigerfish slices through the water, its jaws snapping with surgical precision. In the shallows, the African soft-shell turtle waits, half buried in mud. Its flattened body and elongated snout allow it to ambush passing fish or amphibians, snapping them up with a sudden lunge. Even the smallest creatures are not safe. Within the reeds, the African water scorpion prowls, its pincers poised and breathing tube extended, ready to snare any insect or tadpole that drifts too close. Above, the African fish eagle surveys the water from its lofty perch. With razor-sharp eyesight, it spots the faintest ripple made by a struggling fish. In a flash it plunges downward, talons slicing the surface, lifting its writhing prize into the air before the water can reclaim it. Yet life in these rivers is a constant contest. The cunning otter weaves through submerged roots, using its dexterous paws to probe for hidden crabs and mollusks. Agile and playful, it is a master of underwater pursuit, often outsmarting larger competitors with speed and intelligence. As dusk settles over the wetlands, the waters remain restless. Predators and prey alike are locked in a perpetual cycle of chase and escape, each adapted to the unique and unforgiving challenges of aquatic life. Here the drama of survival is written in ripples, bubbles, and the sudden flash of scales, an unseen ballet beneath the surface where every shadow could be a hunter and every moment brings the possibility of danger or reprieve. Above the vast savannas and dense forests of Africa, the skies host a different kind of journey, one that spans continents and defies the limits of endurance. This is the epic tale of migratory birds, whose survival tactics are as remarkable as their journeys are long. Each year, millions of birds embark on perilous migrations, navigating by the stars, the sun, and the Earth's magnetic fields. From the tiny, tireless swallow to the majestic osprey, these avian travelers traverse thousands of miles, crossing deserts, mountains, and oceans in search of breeding grounds or warmer climes. The journey begins with the departure from the breeding grounds. As the days shorten and the temperatures drop, an innate sense, almost a whisper from the ancient past, compels them to take flight. They form V-shaped formations, a marvel of aerodynamics that reduces wind resistance and conserves energy. The leader cuts through the air, creating uplift for those that follow, a selfless rotation ensuring that no bird bears the brunt of the journey alone. The route is fraught with challenges. Storms can scatter flocks, and strong headwinds can sap their strength. Yet these winged navigators have evolved to read the weather, adjusting their altitude and course with precision. The black-tailed godwit, for instance, can cover up to 7,000 miles without stopping, its body adapted to store and efficiently use fat reserves for fuel. As they soar over the Sahara Desert, the heat is relentless and water is scarce. Here, the survival tactic is timing. Migrating at night when temperatures drop, they rest on the sparse vegetation during the day. Some, like the common swift, can even sleep while flying, a testament to their incredible adaptation. Reaching the wetlands and deltas, they find temporary reprieve. These stopover sites are vital for refueling, rich in insects, seeds, and small fish. The red knot, a small shorebird, doubles its body weight in these feeding grounds, gorging on mollusks before continuing its journey. But even here, danger lurks. Predators like the peregrine falcon patrol the skies, their keen eyes spotting the slightest movement below. The birds must remain vigilant, ready to take flight at the first sign of danger. Crossing the Mediterranean Sea, they face another formidable barrier. The lack of landing spots means they must fly continuously for hours, navigating by the coastline and the distant horizon. The barn swallow, with its forked tail and agile flight, skims just above the waves, catching insects driven aloft by the sea breeze. Finally, they reach their wintering grounds in sub-Saharan Africa. Here, the lush landscapes and abundant food provide a sanctuary, but the journey is not over. After months of feeding and resting, the cycle begins anew. They will take to the skies once more, driven by the same primordial urge that guided them here. These migratory birds are more than just travelers. They are symbols of resilience and the interconnectedness of our world. Each flap of their wings, each mile covered, is a testament to the incredible survival strategies honed over millennia. In their journey, we see the enduring spirit of life itself, a relentless pursuit of survival etched across the skies. As the sun sets over the savanna, casting long shadows on the land below, the silhouetted forms of these avian voyagers can be seen against the twilight. They are the silent keepers of ancient routes, the tireless travelers of the skies, and the living proof of nature's boundless ingenuity. Beneath the towering grass and amidst the tangled undergrowth, a hidden realm of relentless hunters thrives. Here, in the microcosm of the African plains and forests, insect predators silently wage their own battles, a ceaseless contest of agility, cunning, and adaptation. The praying mantis, with forelegs folded in perpetual prayer, is a master of ambush. Camouflaged among leaves or stalks, it waits motionless for hours, its compound eyes tracking even the subtlest movement. When an unsuspecting grasshopper ventures too close, the mantis strikes with lightning speed, its spiked limbs ensuring there is no escape. This precision attack is just one example of the specialized tactics that define insect predation. In the air, the dragonfly reigns supreme. With wings that beat in a blur, it patrols ponds and meadows, snatching mosquitoes and flies in mid-flight. Its multifaceted eyes provide a near-panoramic view, allowing it to anticipate and outmaneuver its prey with astonishing accuracy. Each successful hunt not only nourishes the dragonfly but also keeps populations of pests in check, an essential service for the balance of the ecosystem. On the forest floor, antlion larvae create deadly traps. Disguised beneath a thin layer of sand, they construct conical pits, their jaws poised just below the surface. When an ant stumbles in, the steep walls and shifting grains make escape impossible. The antlion seizes its meal, a testament to evolutionary ingenuity on a miniature scale. Even at night, the hunt never ceases. Tiger beetles, equipped with powerful mandibles and keen night vision, stalk the darkness. Their metallic bodies shimmer under the moonlight as they chase down caterpillars and other insects, their speed and ferocity unmatched among ground dwellers. But these predators are more than solitary killers. They are regulators, preventing outbreaks of crop-destroying pests and shaping the very structure of their habitats. By culling the weak and the numerous, they maintain a delicate equilibrium, ensuring no single species overwhelms the rest. In this intricate web of life, insect predators are both architects and enforcers. Their actions ripple outward, influencing birds, mammals, and even the plants themselves. The world beneath our feet, so often overlooked, is in fact a vibrant theater of survival, where every hunt, every ambush, and every chase is a thread in the grand tapestry of the ecosystem. As the sun rises, dew glistens on the grass, and the miniature hunters prepare for another day. Their world, though small, is vital, for in the shadows and silence of the undergrowth, the fate of the plains is quietly decided, one tiny predator at a time. Amidst the ceaseless chase between predator and prey, a silent network pulses with strategic intent, the world of plants. Far from being passive backdrops, plants are dynamic players in the predator-prey drama, wielding a green arsenal of adaptations to influence the fate of countless creatures. On the open savanna, towering acacias bristle with thorns, a physical barrier that deters hungry herbivores. Yet, for the giraffe, these defenses are only a challenge to overcome. Its long tongue and nimble lips deftly navigate between the spikes, plucking tender leaves. But the acacia is not defenseless. When browsed upon, it releases volatile chemicals into the air, warning nearby trees. In response, these neighbors ramp up their own chemical defenses, making their leaves bitter and less appetizing. This invisible alarm system ripples across the landscape, shaping the movement of grazers and, by extension, the predators that follow them. Elsewhere, in the dense woodlands, fruiting trees employ a subtler strategy. Bright colors and sweet scents entice birds and mammals to feast, ensuring that their seeds are carried far and wide. Yet, not all visitors are welcome. Some plants lace their fruits with toxins, palatable only to specific animals who have evolved resistance. These selective partnerships dictate which species thrive, influencing the very composition of the ecosystem and the hunting grounds of predators. On the forest floor, a drama of deception unfolds. Carnivorous plants like the sundew and pitcher plant blur the line between plant and predator. Luring insects with glistening nectar or vivid colors, they ensnare unwary victims, digesting them to supplement their nutrient-poor environment. In this miniature arms race, some insects have evolved slippery feet or cunning escape tactics, turning the tables in a contest of adaptation. Even grasses are not mere victims. When grazed, some release growth hormones that spur rapid regeneration, while others emit scents that summon insect allies, tiny parasitoid wasps that attack the caterpillars, munching on their blades. This alliance between plant and predator tips the scales, illustrating the intricate web of dependencies that underpins life on the plains. In every corner of the wild, plants and animals are locked in a subtle, ongoing negotiation. Each adaptation, each response, shapes the flow of energy and the balance of power. In the grand tapestry of predator and prey, the silent strategies of plants are as vital as tooth or claw, a testament to the complexity and ingenuity of the natural world. As the sun arcs high over the African plains, the rhythm of life pulses in tune with the changing seasons. The predator-prey dynamic, already a delicate balance of life and death, is further influenced by the relentless march of time and the capricious hand of climate. In the dry season, the Serengeti is a parched, unforgiving landscape. Waterholes shrink, becoming rare and precious oases around which life congregates. Herbivores, driven by thirst, undertake perilous journeys across vast distances, their movements charted by the availability of water. For predators, these waterholes become prime hunting grounds. Lions and crocodiles lie in wait, their patience rewarded as weakened prey approach to drink. The scarcity of resources forces both predator and prey into closer proximity, heightening the tension and frequency of encounters. Yet when the rains return, the transformation is astonishing. The arid plains burst into life, a verdant sea of grass that stretches to the horizon. Herbivores disperse, no longer tethered to the shrinking waterholes. This dispersal makes hunting more challenging for predators, who must now cover greater distances and expend more energy in the pursuit of their quarry. The abundance of food allows prey populations to rebound, and the cycle of life continues, shaped by the ebb and flow of the seasons. In the Arctic tundra, the impact of seasons is even more pronounced. Here, the summer sun never sets, casting a perpetual twilight over the landscape. This brief window of warmth and light triggers a frenzy of activity. Caribou herds migrate north, drawn by the promise of lush pastures. Wolves and grizzly bears follow, their survival intertwined with the movements of these vast herds. Birds, too, flock to the tundra, their arrival timed to coincide with the explosion of insect life. For a few short months, the tundra is a bustling theatre of life, each creature racing against time to feed, breed, and prepare for the long, dark winter ahead. As winter descends, the tundra becomes a stark, frozen expanse. The caribou retreat south, leaving the predators to face the harshest conditions. Wolves, now solitary hunters, rely on their keen senses and endurance to track down scarce prey. The grizzly bear, having gorged on summer's bounty, retreats into hibernation, a strategy of endurance to survive the months of scarcity. This seasonal rhythm dictates the very fabric of existence, a relentless cycle of feast and famine. In the oceans, too, the seasons wield their influence. The great migrations of whales are timed to the seasonal abundance of krill, tiny crustaceans that bloom in the nutrient-rich waters of the polar regions. Predators such as orcas follow these migrations, their hunting strategies adapted to the seasonal ebb and flow of their prey. The interplay of climate and seasons is a symphony of survival, each note a testament to the resilience and adaptability of life. From the sun-drenched savannas to the icy tundra, the predator-prey dynamic is a dance choreographed by the rhythms of nature. In this ever-changing landscape, every creature must navigate the challenges of their environment, each season a new chapter in the epic tale of life and death. In the grand tapestry of the natural world, the impact of climate and seasons is profound. shaping the destinies of predator and prey alike. It is a reminder of the interconnectedness of all life and the delicate balance that sustains it. In the silent theatre of the wild, not all battles are fought with tooth and claw. Some are won through the art of invisibility. Across the world's diverse habitats, the game of survival is often determined by a creature's ability to blend in or masquerade as something it is not. Camouflage and mimicry, nature's oldest deceptions, are among the most ingenious strategies in the predator-prey arms race. On the open savanna, the tawny coats of lions and cheetahs ripple with the golden grass, rendering these apex predators nearly invisible as they stalk their quarry. Their movements, slow and deliberate, are masked by the shifting shadows, giving them precious seconds to close the distance before launching an attack. Meanwhile, herds of impala and gazelle rely on their own countermeasures, cryptic coloration and disruptive markings that confuse the eye, breaking up their outline and making it harder for predators to single out an individual in the chaos of the chase. In the dense jungles, the mastery of disguise reaches new heights. Leaf-tailed geckos cling motionless to tree bark, their bodies mimicking the rough texture and muted hues of lichen-covered branches. Stick insects sway gently in the breeze, indistinguishable from the twigs they emulate. Here, survival is a matter of vanishing into the backdrop, evading the searching gaze of hungry birds and reptiles. But deception is not limited to hiding. Some creatures take mimicry to extraordinary lengths, impersonating dangerous or unpalatable species to ward off would-be predators. The African swallowtail butterfly, for example, adopts the wing patterns of toxic cousins, deterring birds that have learned to associate those colors with a bitter taste. On the forest floor, harmless snakes don the vivid markings of their venomous relatives, a bluff that can mean the difference between life and death. Predators, too, are adept at the art of disguise. The crocodile's knobby, mud-flecked skin allows it to lurk unnoticed at the water's edge, an ancient ambush artist awaiting the careless approach of prey. In the shallows, the African leaffish drifts among fallen leaves, its body perfectly mimicking the debris, until a small fish ventures within striking distance. Camouflage and mimicry are not static. They evolve in a perpetual contest between hunter and hunted. As prey become more adept at blending in, predators sharpen their senses, learning to spot the faintest movement or the subtlest change in pattern. This evolutionary dance pushes each side to ever greater feats of deception and detection. From the wind-swept plains to the shadowy depths of the rainforest, the power of disguise shapes every encounter. It is a silent duel, waged not in the open, but in the margins where visibility fades and perception can be fooled. In this hidden war, survival belongs not only to the swift or the strong, but to the unseen and the unrecognized, nature's true masters of disguise. Across the vast epochs of Earth's history, the relationship between predator and prey has been a relentless engine of innovation. Long before the first lion's roar echoed across the savanna, or the earliest antelope sprinted through the grass, the arms race between hunter and hunted had already begun, etched into the fabric of life by the slow, unyielding hand of evolution. In the primordial seas, some of the earliest predators were simple, jawless fish that relied on suction to capture unsuspecting prey. Over millions of years, the relentless pressure to survive spawned jaws, teeth, and armored scales, tools that would define the future of predation. As prey developed thicker shells and tougher hides, predators answered with crushing jaws and serrated teeth, escalating the contest with every generation. On land, the rise of amphibians and reptiles brought new challenges and adaptations. Ambush predators like ancient crocodilians honed the art of stillness, blending seamlessly with their environment to strike in a heartbeat. Meanwhile, swift-footed theropods, ancestors of modern birds, evolved keen eyesight and razor-sharp talons, perfecting pursuit and precision, The evolutionary arms race did not pause with the extinction of the dinosaurs. In the age of mammals, predators diversified at an astonishing rate. Saber-toothed cats, with their elongated canines, specialized in delivering fatal bites to massive prey. Packs of dire wolves learned to coordinate their attacks, using intelligence and cooperation as deadly new weapons. In the open plains, cheetahs sacrificed raw power for speed, evolving lightweight frames and flexible spines to outpace even the fleetest gazelle. But evolution also shaped the senses. Owls developed silent flight and acute hearing, allowing them to hunt in total darkness. Electric fish in murky rivers sensed the faintest electrical signals, detecting hidden prey where sight and smell failed. Even venom evolved, a chemical arsenal wielded by snakes, spiders, and scorpions to subdue prey beyond their physical reach. Each adaptation sparked a counter-adaptation. Herding behavior, defensive armor, warning coloration, these strategies forced predators to become ever more cunning, patient, and specialized. Over millennia, the interplay of innovation and response sculpted an extraordinary diversity of hunting techniques, from the coordinated chases of African wild dogs to the solitary patience of leopards, from the trap-setting antlions beneath the sand to the lightning-fast strikes of mantis shrimps. Yet despite this unending contest, evolution never crowns a permanent victor. Every strategy, no matter how successful, is only as good as the next challenge it faces. The story of predation is one of perpetual motion, a dance of adaptation, resilience, and change played out over the endless canvas of time. In the wild, survival is not merely a matter of strength or stealth, but of evolution's relentless drive to innovate. Every predator, every prey animal, is a living testament to this ancient struggle, shaped by the past, forged in the crucible of competition, and forever poised on the edge of what comes next.